Are you chasing pleasure or purpose? Because one fades and the other fulfills. Pleasure arrives fast and leaves faster. It comes like a spark, bright for a moment and then swallowed by the dark. Purpose, though. Purpose burns like a slow and steady flame. It doesn't flash. It fuels. It doesn't excite. It anchors. The Stoics understood this difference better than anyone. Epictetus said, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." He wasn't talking about fun. He was talking about direction. He was talking about the people and practices that sharpen your soul and push you into becoming the person you are meant to be. Pleasure asks, "What do I want right now?" Purpose asks, "What will matter when this moment is gone?" Pleasure focuses on the surface. Purpose works from the center. Pleasure wants to consume. Purpose wants to contribute. We live in a world obsessed with stimulation. Refresh, swipe, binge, repeat. We chase distractions that deliver tiny bursts of relief, but leave no trace of fulfillment. We drown the discomfort of an unfulfilled life under layers of entertainment, hoping the feeling will disappear. But emptiness doesn't fade. It accumulates. The Stoics weren't anti-pleasure. They simply refused to be ruled by it. They believed that pleasure should be a companion, not a master. Because when pleasure leads, discipline leaves. When pleasure leads, dreams die quietly, while comfort sings you to sleep. Marcus Aurelius held the most powerful position in the world, Emperor of Rome. Yet he reminded himself daily that status is a costume, and luxury is a trap. He wrote in his journal, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I am rising to do the work of a human being.'" That line holds the entire Stoic philosophy. You are here to do work that matters. Purpose doesn't feel good all the time. It asks for early mornings. It asks for honesty. It asks for sacrifice. It asks for courage to face the truth. Your life is built by the hard things you choose, not the easy things you avoid. Pleasure is passive. Purpose is active. Pleasure wants comfort. Purpose wants growth. Pleasure disappears when pain shows up. Purpose uses pain as fuel. When life hurts, pleasure vanishes. When life hurts, purpose gets louder. Purpose whispers through tears, through failure, through rejection. Keep going. Think about the times you felt most alive. Were they moments of comfort? Probably not. They were the moments when you pushed beyond what you thought you were capable of. They were the days when you gave everything, and then found a little more. They were the nights when exhaustion met pride. Purpose takes you to a place inside yourself that comfort will never let you enter. The world keeps offering you shortcuts. Shortcuts to success, shortcuts to happiness, shortcuts to identity. But shortcuts always end the same way, back where you started. Purpose is a long road. It winds, it climbs, and it asks questions. Who are you when it's hard? What do you stand for when no one is watching? What do you want your life to mean? Pleasure doesn't care about meaning. Purpose breathes meaning into everything. Purpose takes ordinary tasks and turns them into acts of service. Purpose takes the same 24 hours and transforms them into a legacy. Purpose takes suffering and gives it a reason to exist. The Stoics lived with a sense of duty, not imposed but chosen. They believed every human has a role in society, and that nobility comes from playing that role fully, with dignity, with effort, with love. Seneca wrote letters every day, trying to guide someone he cared about toward a better life. Some days he felt tired. Some days the words didn't want to come. But he continued, because that was his purpose. Purpose is the difference between a busy life and a meaningful life. Busy is full. Meaningful is fulfilled. You can have a calendar packed with activities and still feel empty, because none of those activities align with who you want to be. When you live only for pleasure, you are full and starving at the same time. Purpose starts small. It starts when you do one thing that matters, consistently. It might be caring for your family. It might be building something only you can build. It might be helping someone who will never repay you. It might be creating art that lifts a single human heart. Purpose does not require applause. It requires devotion. There will be days when you don't feel like showing up. Purpose says, show up anyway. There will be days you doubt yourself. Purpose says, trust the process. There will be days you question everything. Purpose says, keep moving. Clarity comes from walking. Pleasure brings excitement to moments. Purpose brings direction to life. Pleasure says, life is short, enjoy it. Purpose says, life is short, use it. Ask yourself, what will I remember at the end of my life? The shows I watched, the likes I got, the cheap thrills that disappeared in an hour, or the impact I made, or the love I gave, or the strength I built through sacrifice. Purpose turns every day into a vote for the person you want to become. And every vote counts. You are not here to consume. You are here to create something with the time you have. So choose discomfort if it leads to progress. Choose challenge if it grows your character. Choose the path that calls you, even if it scares you. Because fear doesn't mean stop. Fear means this matters. A life lived for purpose is a life lived awake. And if you commit to it, even imperfectly, something amazing happens. Joy arrives. Not the shallow joy of escape, but the deep joy of becoming. Happiness stops being a chase and becomes a side effect. Fulfillment stops being a dream and becomes a daily experience. This is the life the Stoics wanted you to build. Not a life of craving, but a life of contribution. You already know which path is yours. You feel it in your chest. You hear it in the quiet moments, the calling you keep postponing. Purpose isn't out there waiting to be found. It's waiting for you to decide, to commit, to move. One act at a time, one day at a time, one choice at a time. And one day, you'll look back, not with regret for the comfort you missed, but with pride for the lives you lifted, the challenges you conquered, the work you dared to begin. Purpose doesn't give you what you want. It gives you who you are. So pleasure gives you a spark. Purpose keeps the flame alive. When you wake up for something bigger than comfort, you don't need motivation. You need meaning. Don't wait to find your purpose. Live in a way that makes purpose find you. If this message resonated with the fire inside you, subscribe and share it with someone who's ready to stop chasing moments and start building a legacy. Pleasure fades. Purpose endures. Choose the one that makes your life feel alive.